You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. Great to be back with you here today. Excited to get into our Friday review, where we are going to go over the much-anticipated, lot of questions on this, Organic Mattress review. What mattress have I been using lately, and after 5 years, finally finding the right one for me that I find clean, safe, and I can use for myself. So I want to share that with you for sure today. I want to go over a very simple constipation protocol that'll be easier than pretty much anything that you've used before, but also a lot healthier as well because it can help balance the central nervous system for sleep at night and also boost immunity and energy in the morning. Super simple to do. I'll share that with you today. I also want to go over some pregnancy information and research that I believe that you need to know about now. So there's a lot of talk about caffeine in pregnancy. How much is too much? I want to share that with you today on the show. Use it for yourself. Share it with others. It'll be an important one to look at. This just came out just about 90 days ago in research. I want to share that with you. And I also want to talk about the renaming of all sorts of different lab test names, why the renaming, why do we do it, what's changed, and how it could potentially benefit for you. So one thing I also like to do is this. I've been doing lately about one interview or so a week with other health, wellness, mindsets, podcasts that I feel that I'm able to benefit their community in some way, that I'd be able to share some information that maybe would be, it would serve their community in some way. And I was able to do that just a couple weeks back on Taylor's podcast, Strong Babe. And it was a really great interview. Really enjoyed it. She's a great interviewer. We had a lot of fun. She's got a great personality. And I think that it was one of those shows where I was able to teach a lot more about overall toxicity, the rain barrel effect. We talked about doshas. We talked about, the Ayurvedic body type. So I'm going to link that up today for you. A lot of fun. I appreciate Taylor having me on the show. And it was her 100th episode. And always love being able to do any types of those milestone-based shows. So for all of the interviews, for all of the research links, for all of the product recommendations, head on over to stephencabral.com/1344. That's today's podcast, stephencabral.com/1344. I will link up Taylor's podcast right up there. You can check out my interview I did with her and previous interviews she's done with others. All right. Next up, before we get to the mattress review and the constipation protocol and the research, we did a complete renaming of all of our functional medicine lab tests that we ship to over 20 countries all around the world. So essentially what we do is we use functional medicine laboratories. We don't own the laboratories. We run specific lab tests that we know are able to get clients, our private wellness clients, and our customers all over the world, great results by understanding what their toxicities are, heavy metals or estrogen dominance, whatever it might be, and then their deficiencies, vitamins, minerals. Literally, it could be coenzyme Q10, it could be biotin. And what we do is we enable people to be able to figure out what their root cause imbalances are. And then we give you the protocol that allows you to go about rebalancing your body. This is truly the future of, I believe, natural health care, and we want to bring that to you right now. So as we always say, the future of health is now, it is here, and here's what we can do about it. So what we did was we took all of our labs, they're the same labs, but we gave them new names. And what we did was based on feedback. So instead of the organic acids test, although it's the organic acids test and it says it right in there, it actually says now complete candida, metabolic, and vitamins test. So we made the title tell you what you're going to get out of the test. We're going to look for candida overgrowth, some gut-based issues. For metabolic metabolism, we're going to look at neurotransmitter metabolites, your mitochondria, your energy producers, your detox, and then we're going to look at your vitamin levels. So the lab test now will hopefully be easier than ever to understand. And remember, with every lab, you get my recommendation. So I look over your lab, and you get a 30-minute or 60-minute lab coaching call with one of my trained health coaches that have a background in all sorts of different things, like being a registered dietitian, an integrative health practitioner, a certified personal trainer, a nutritionist, and then they go through that lab with you. I mean, this is an exceptional service, I believe, and it's something that I believe is lacking in the lab industry. You can't just give people their results. They don't know what they mean. You can't just have them Google it. That gets scary real fast. So you want to teach people what their results mean, but then also how to go about rebalancing that over the course of 6, 12, or 16 weeks. So again, every lab comes with a consultation, and all those are listed at equilibriumnutrition.com. And until this coming Sunday, all single labs are $100 off, but still do include the consultation with it and my personal review as well. Hopefully that's helpful. And again, you can head to equilibriumnutrition.com for all of those lab tests to learn more about them. We also redesigned all the lab pages to show you exactly what you get in it, how you complete the lab, and I think it's easier and better than ever to understand. And again, these can be shipped anywhere in the world, and you can complete your consultation right over Skype. All right. Now on to the fun stuff. We are talking about something that, honestly, I've gotten 2 previous organic mattresses in the past. All right? I have started with them 5 years ago because I didn't really want to buy another bed before that. Even though I knew about the toxins, I kind of wanted to overlook it. Like, oh, well, I'm just not going to think as much about it because I don't want to spend another X number of dollars on a mattress that I just bought 3 years ago. So about 5-6 years ago now, I said, okay, we are going to purchase a new mattress, and here's what we're going to do. We bought a mattress, absolutely top of the line, more expensive than I care to share, many, many thousands of dollars. But I said, you know what? Haven't done it. I want to do it, and I want to do it right. And it was a great mattress. This one is everything that I wanted, except I went with the no spring coils. What I realized after about 1.5 years of sleeping in it is that beds, especially when they're 10 inches thick, start to begin to sag. And the reason is there's no coil. There's no spring to push the mattress back up. So if you lay in the same spot every night, it serves to reason. It will condense over time. Well, here's the reason why a lot of mattresses take out the coils, and it makes sense, is that if you have metal in your mattress, you could pick up EMF-based waves, so electromagnetic frequencies. And that's important because I talked about this on Wednesday's show. I don't want to go through this in depth. This was, or was it yesterday's show? The time just flies, and it was yesterday's show on 1343. So hopefully you tuned in. But I talk about how to EMF-proof your bedroom. And that now is allowing me to purchase a mattress, which I did 2 years ago, that had springs. So I purchased it. Okay, it had springs. They were individually wrapped. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. That's how you get around the EMFs as well. But this mattress was unbelievably uncomfortable. Now, my podcast was still going on 2 years ago. I didn't review it. Why? Because I would never want you to purchase it. It was not a great mattress. It creaked. Yes, it was all organic latex, and it was organic wool that I'm going to get to in a moment. And it was certified. The problem was it wasn't comfortable. Yes, it was organic, but it wasn't comfortable. It's like, if our daily nutritional support shake in the morning wasn't good, if it didn't taste good, if our daily fruit and vegetable blend didn't taste good, it doesn't matter how good it is for you. People aren't going to use it. Our new whole food bars, we worked hard to make them taste good because it doesn't matter how good they are. If it doesn't taste good, you're not going to use it. Same with an organic mattress. That was the problem. The mattress I got 2 years ago, it just honestly, it wasn't even sleepable anymore. And I think that's a word that I just made up right now. So what I'm going to go through today is I'm going to give you what to look for, and then you can choose the right mattress for you. But then I'm going to give you the mattress that I started sleeping on about 4 weeks ago that I was going to actually give another month or two. It's incredible. It's the best mattress that I've slept on, so much so that we actually want to replace our mattress in Maine with the same mattress that we just got in Boston. So here's what you want to look for. This is important, and we're just going to go through the line, and I'm going to be really unbiased about this. You want to look for an organic-based material. Typically, you are going to look for a Dunlop-based latex or a Natural Rainforest Alliance certified latex, okay? These are important to look at. You also want to look at wool. If you're using a cotton or using a wool blend, you want it to be organic-based. And you don't want those to be sprayed with solvents or flame retardants. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. I'll give you a checklist, and I'm going to give you a link to look at with all of the specifications, plus 4 other companies besides the one I recommend, so that you can choose the best one for you. All right, I think that's the most fair thing I can do when I'm making recommendations. Now, if your mattress has coils, you want them to be individually wrapped for multiple reasons. One, it's going to cut down on EMF-based frequencies that it would pick up. Now remember, people think that metal coils in their bed give off EMFs. That's not how it works. They don't have a transmission signal of their own. The only way that they would be able to give off additional EMFs is if you had a wave generator, such as a Wi-Fi modem, TV, etc., in the room that it's picking up those waves. And then, yes, it could transfer to the body. But now what they're doing is these organic mattress companies, they know that they break down too fast without coils. So you'll see almost every company now has coils, but they individually wrap them. And by wrapping them, it provides a couple things. One, you don't get the squeakiness of the bed. 2, you don't pick up as much of the EMFs. And number 3, it doesn't, like if you are sleeping in bed with someone else and your partner moves, well, it's not going to wake you up. And that's a big thing as well. So it doesn't just shake the whole bed through the coils because they're individually wrapped. One coil is not pulled with another. That's really important because the older mattresses absolutely did do that. Another thing that people really love are pillow tops. So the thing about a pillow top is you want to make sure that it's not just a memory foam, because memory foams are often sprayed with flame retardant or formaldehyde, and you don't want that. You can smell the off-gassing literally from a mile away. Maybe not a mile, but you can certainly smell it from 10 feet away from your bed. That's a big problem with memory-based foam. They're making organic memory foam now out of bamboo, which is absolutely fantastic. You can find a lot of pillows like that. I'll do a pillow review another day. So here's what I want you to look at. I'm going to give you exactly what to go for. All right. We want no flame retardants, and you want it to be SGS certified. Again, I'm going to give you a link. You don't need to memorize any of this. I'm going to give you the link. Now, you want it to also be no toxic chemicals, as well as no chemical adhesives. So you don't want the glues that they use. If they're not using wire, they need to use glues of some type. You want them to be water-based, all right? So you want a water-based alternative glue instead of a solvent-based chemical. Very, very important. You also do not want any polyfoams. Most companies are not going to use any polyfoams, but if you do get them, they will off-gas. They will have volatile organic compounds, and they will absolutely seep into the skin or be breathed in through the lungs. So chemicals is a big thing. The other thing, and that's basically like the overall quality of you breathing it in, but it also touching your skin. Now, in terms of materials, ideally, you want certified 100% organic wool fiber from New Zealand, if possible. New Zealand has the purest wool. And also, when we talked about before, if you're doing like a grass-fed based whey or something like that, New Zealand is the place for that. It is the cleanest environment for that. 100% certified organic cotton. You definitely do not, again, want the solvents and the flame retardants added to that. And you want, when you get latex, you want to get Rainforest Alliance certified latex, ideally. Dunlop, great. You can definitely use the Dunlop latex, but make sure, if you can, get a certification along with that. That is a great thing to have. Those are the big things. You're looking for organic wool. You're looking for a latex. Those are the cleanest products that we have right now. You can look at the depth of the mattress. Good quality mattresses are going to be between 10 and 13 inches. That's an industry standard. I started to learn this as I did the research because I'm someone that actually, I like to do the research. I really do. So you'll find most of them are like 10 inches, and then they'll add a 3-inch pillow top to it. The company that I'm about to recommend just includes the pillow top with it, and they don't charge extra for it. The other thing that I like is this. You want a company that's going to give you at least 6 months to sleep on the mattress. If it breaks down within 6 months, it's not worth it. You should return it. You really should. Like, people should certify that. Most companies now are doing anywhere from 6 months to a year sleep trial, and they're doing like a 25-year guarantee. So if it starts to deteriorate or break down, you can also return it. So besides that, then there's price. That's what you're looking at. Again, I don't want to tell you what I spent for my first organic mattress, like the top of the top, but it was many thousands of dollars. The second mattress was about $2,000. This mattress that I just purchased, it was under $1,000. It was about $900. So $999, I think, somewhere right around there. And that was for a king-size mattress. My other one was a queen, and it was still over $2,000. And I was only able to do that by really going company by company and figuring out who offered the best. My highest recommendation and rating for you, based on material and price, is Awara. Awara. And that's the name of the company. Here's why I'm recommending them. They have a very close competitor that you've probably seen a lot of their ads for, and that's Avocado Mattress. And another one that a lot of people like is Zen Haven, and some people talk about Casper. Well, a lot of the difference is with the guaranteeing of the no chemical-based adhesives. And again, these other companies might catch up because they're close. Don't get me wrong. They're close. And I would never say anything bad about the other companies. They're actually great companies. The difference is this. The Awara mattress is half the price. And here's why. They don't do a lot of advertising. They don't spend a ton of money in advertising. That's what I've noticed. I'm like, why didn't I ever hear about Awara before? Well, one of the reasons is they simply don't put a lot of their budget in advertising, so you wouldn't really know about them as much. But when you compare their mattress, and they do a side-by-side comparison that I'm going to link up, I mean, the difference is obviously clear. They're as good as their competitors, if not a little bit better, with their forever warranty and being under $1,000. It's very difficult to get a great quality mattress in general for under $800 to $1,000, but it's for sure challenging to get it under $1,000 for an organic, no solvent, no chemical, no flame retardant, and include the pillow top. So that's why they're my number one pick. I feel really comfortable about that, and they knew, and I told them, I said, listen, I'm not going to talk negatively about any company, but I will not recommend this product. And, and that's that. Like, they didn't come to me. I went to them and said, I'm ordering this mattress. I'm going to do a review for it. Can you offer my community a discount so that they could try out the mattress as well for the 365-day sleep trial? And about 30 days later, got in touch with whoever the right people are. And no exaggeration, this discount just came in 2 days ago. And it's $200 off for our community. And I'm going to find that discount code, and I will link it up at StephenCabral.com/1344. That is where the discount code will be. One thing that I want you to always take into consideration is this is my full review of it. I give always my unbiased feedback on it, but I want you to also look over their website and do the right research for yourself and your family. It's one more thing that I'll add is that it's a medium firm feel. So this is called a universal mattress for side, back, and stomach sleepers. I do hope that no one's a stomach sleeper. I used to be. I'll go into why you shouldn't do that on another show. But anyway, medium firm. I found it to be medium firm to maybe just medium. It's certainly not a firm mattress. The other mattress I had was firm. This is not a firm mattress. This is a comfortable, soft pillow top mattress. The coupon code is Cabral, my last name in all capitals, 200. I'm assuming you can enter that at checkout. It's $200 off. This expires. Well, it looks like it's good for quite some time. So anyway, you're able to use that. Again, like, I don't own Awara. I don't own the company. This is not my company. I did the research, and they're the top mattress that I can recommend. And having now slept in the bed for about a month, I can tell you it is also, besides being the cleanest, it's the most comfortable mattress I've slept on, so much so that I'm purchasing, with my own money, a second mattress most likely from Maine. So hopefully that was helpful. And that is now my official organic mattress review, and we can keep it at that. Anybody that has questions on it, this is the mattress I'd recommend. And again, other companies aren't bad, but this is the one that I've gone with because of quality, cleanliness, and price. All right. Up next, I want to share with you now a very simple supplement protocol that we've been using in the practice for constipation. Now, we have a product called Advanced Fiber Support. I'm going to do a podcast on all the different reasons for constipation. But we have a constipation protocol. If you were to go to equilibriumnutrition.com, I'll actually just go there myself, and you can just type in constipation. You'll find whatever keyword that you need. It will take you to a lab, or it will take you to a product, whatever it is. And these are things that we use in our clinical practice. We offer them online, but you have to understand is like that we literally do this every single day of the week in private practice, and we just try to offer it online. So it's called the Advanced Fiber Support, and it's Natural Calm. It's magnesium citrate. Okay. Well, you should be getting fiber in your diet. And it's not that I don't recommend those. I do. But here's the thing. We've been getting such tremendous results with people with constipation and I'm going to keep this super simple, under 1 minute. 2 teaspoons of Natural Calm in warm water or hot water or just room temperature water, just not cold, 30 minutes before bed. Just 8 ounces of water, stir up your magnesium citrate, let it dissolve or shake it up, let the bubbles go down, and then just drink it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Magnesium is unbelievable for getting into the parasympathetic nervous system, stopping the fight or flight, enabling you to get into a nice, deep, restorative sleep. So it's amazing for that. But it also works on bowel motility. And so much of the digestive-based issues that people have is that because of stress or an imbalanced microbiome with bacteria and candida issues, that their body does not allow that intestinal tract to move like a wave to push the stool down, okay? So that's one reason. Natural magnesium citrate helps with that, okay? Now, in the morning when you wake up, you're going to take another 8 to 12 ounces of warm water or hot water, not hot like tea, but warm water, and you're going to mix in 1 scoop of alkalizing vitamin C. Now, alkalizing vitamin C, great for the immune system. Great for energy. Your adrenal glands soak up vitamin C. You need that for also detox. But vitamin C in this case, yes, it helps with those things, but it also helps with bowel motility. So you get before bed, you get upon waking, typically within about 90 minutes. Yes, do your smoothie a half hour after you do your vitamin C. You can mix your vitamin C with your daily fruit and vegetable blend. You can put a lemon in there if you want, whatever you want to do. But drink that as well. And then you'll do your smoothie a half hour later to an hour later. About a half hour to an hour after people drinking their smoothie, after doing the magnesium citrate the night before and the vitamin C upon waking, they typically have a very good productive bowel movement, even if they've been constipated for a number of, it could be on and off constipation for their whole life. Who knows how long it's been. Do this for about a week. You should see results with 2 teaspoons at night and 1 scoop of alkalizing vitamin C in the morning. We'll put links to that on the podcast at stephencabral.com/1344. And again, of course, feel free to give us your feedback, but it's worked tremendously in our practice. And the thing is, they're healthy products for you. Besides the constipation, they're actually giving you tremendous benefit with nervous system, sleep, immunity, energy. All right, last one for the day is this. Research came out the end of June, the beginning of July of this year. And I've talked about it before, that we have to be careful with caffeine during pregnancy. We have to be careful with alcohol during pregnancy, because I see a lot of these doctors saying, a little caffeine's okay, a little alcohol's okay. It's really not. And I don't want to be the person to give the bad news, but it's not. It's just not. We tried to make people feel better. And believe me, I know it's difficult for me to say this because I'm also not a female who's going to be carrying a child and having to make a lot of sacrifices to develop that healthiest baby that you can. And I understand that. And I know there's hypocrisy to that. I get it. I understand it. But it's still my job to speak the truth and also give you the reason why. Okay? So let's include alcohol with this, but the studies on caffeine. What it showed was this, and this was done in rats, so don't get me wrong, this is not a human-based study, but we would never want to do this with humans. I want everyone to understand that. We use lab rats in research because the results can then be extrapolated to humans a lot of the time. Again, I understand not always, But we don't want this to happen in humans. But we already do see it. But we would never do a study with women that could cause these type of side effects, right? So here's the thing. Caffeine, those pregnant rats who had caffeine had offspring with lower birth weights, altered growth, and stress hormone levels with impaired liver development. Here's why. When you take in caffeine, and the study didn't even get this in depth, but the study was published in the Journal of Endocrinology. This is part of the Society of Endocrinology. This is a very prominent journal. So when we look at it, we can see that caffeine slows the cytochrome P450 liver detox process. Now, you might already be like, what was that? What did he say? It's called CYP, cytochrome P450 liver detox pathway. We can actually look at some in genetics so we can see if this is impaired. Well, caffeine slows it down no matter what. So we're not detoxing as well. So that's going to affect liver development and liver function. The other thing that caffeine does is it spikes stress hormones. Well, it spikes that in kids as well, in unborn children, we're finding, right? So it increases cortisol, it increases norepinephrine. And when we look at that, when the corticosteroids are increased, we have lower birth rate because it's typically lower levels of IGF-1. Why? Cortisol is catabolic, IGF-1 is anabolic. The more stress, the more catabolism. The more IGF-1, most likely the lower cortisol. So that's important to look at it. Now, on the bright side, the good thing is that once you do give birth, typically that baby's not having caffeine anymore. So the birth rate can actually start to jump up. However, it does not diminish the fact that there are increased risks of children at lower birth rates. And caffeine, as I've done on previous podcasts, could potentially lead to some miscarriages or earlier premature births, right? So earlier than 6 weeks, earlier than 36 weeks, earlier than 34 weeks, which again does not allow for the full development of the child. So I wanted to pass this on to you. I'm going to link up the research, but I just wanted you to know that it used to be no more than 300 milligrams a day of caffeine because you'd start about 2 to 3 cups a day. But again, not 2 to 3 cups. A small Starbucks is 272 milligrams. A small Starbucks. A small Dunkin' Donuts is about 142 milligrams. So that would be 300 milligrams a day. But we're looking at this. We're looking at potentially any caffeine being detrimental to the liver, birth rate, and other issues of altered growth and stress hormones when consumed during pregnancy. So I know that it's hard to give up caffeine and coffee and all these different things. You could certainly switch to an organic Swiss water process decaf. It's going to have about 13 milligrams of caffeine, right? A green tea is going to have about 42 milligrams of caffeine. Those would still be much better options for those people that want to maintain a little bit of that in there. But for sure, I wanted to pass along this to you. It's always your choice for what you feel is best for you, your body, and your children. It's not for me to say, but I want to pass this on to you. And for those people that have friends that are thinking about getting pregnant or that may already be pregnant, well, pass it along to them. You know, it's not to make anyone feel bad. It's just say, listen, we can learn and we can grow from it and we can all become healthier. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you as always. Thank you for tuning into the Cabral Concept, and be sure to tune back in tomorrow for the start to our Cabral house calls. Take care, everyone. I want to sincerely thank you for your support of this podcast. I couldn't do it without you, and I mean that. I truly do. I also want to make sure you knew that we now have multiple ways for you to find your answers to the most difficult health, wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging questions. You can find podcast-specific topics like thyroid, adrenal, hormones, sleep, digestion, Ayurveda, and many more at stevencabral.com/podcasts that will then link you to your favorite Apple, Spotify, and other podcast players. Plus, all new podcasts and weekly exclusive video content is being added to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Steven Cabral. And that's Steven with a PH. Head on over and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the exclusive content. Lastly, if you've ever found any of my podcasts or books to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes or your favorite media player for the podcast. Rating and subscribing to the YouTube and podcast allow me to reach more and more people and help spread my mission of healing throughout the world. Thank you again for being a part of this movement.